Alright guys, hope you guys are having a good one. Today I wanted to show you guys what you can do with a little less than $200 in paint and materials to really vamp up a truck. So I want to show you how I got a truck looking from pretty raggedy to pretty decent. It was less than $200. All I needed was some aerosol paint, custom made paint, which I got from a painting store that you can get from any painting store. I just got the paint code from the truck on the side of the door, which gave me the code, which then I was able to buy. I think I needed 4 cans of paint, and that's only because it was windy that I needed so much paint. So if you look, this is how it looked before. It was very faded in the front. You can see where near the door, it was almost like 40 grit sandpaper. It was really rough. It was completely falling apart, and the previous owner tried fixing it many times and just kept painting over the rust, and it just was completely falling apart. I mean, the paint throughout the whole entire truck was faded, and with one afternoon we're able to make it look like this. It came out pretty decent, and I'll go back into how I did it. First, I had to go pick up the paint. You could really get it from any other paint store. So without any further, we can get back to the video.
I did see across the street at the insurance office. I had to jump it into third. We were going way too slow. We're at 4,000.
So anyway, I'm not sure what was going on there, but yes, I did have to pick up the truck, and it is stick shift and it did have a trailer, so first time driving with a trailer, not the easiest thing. I mean, I know, shouldn't be too hard, but somehow it was a problem for me. Anyway, if you look in the front, that's where the faded paint was, specifically on one side, because this truck was from Canada and it's from 1999, so it's been sitting in the sun for a long time. And majority of the damage is towards one side, so you can see where there is rust on the roof and how old the paint is faded. So I really had to cut down on so many layers of repainted clear coat that I started out with, I think it was like almost 40 grit sandpaper, so really cutting into there. And the thing is, there was so much paint like coming off, so much paint that was resealed, and a lot of things were going on, and frankly I just got tired of it, so I just sanded everything down.
One eternity later.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened there, but if you can see the truck, you know, farther away, you can really see all the damage that's happening. So I had to adjust that first. I started out with that 40 grit sandpaper and really tried knocking down all the layers of enamel clear coat that was sprayed, so many layers of different kinds of sealants, because I'm guessing they were trying to fix it before I was.
Must go faster.
You know how I feel. Why would you say that? Like, you put me in such an uncomfortable situation.
Okay, who edited this? Anyway, so I went back to the roof, which is probably what had the most damage out of everything, was the roof. And I tried fixing it so many times.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday.
Okay,
and right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
Yes. Anyway, I had to wipe it down with some pretty strong alcohol. That way it can strip down any of that fine dust that was on there, and just make sure that when I spray the paint, it sticks a lot better. I could have primed, I really could have, but then I have to do, like, I was just trying to touch up this truck. I wasn't trying to make it perfect. And there was a lot of lint from the paper towel, which I don't recommend. I recommend using microfiber in the future. But then again, I'm an amateur, so I don't recommend anything. I feel like everything should be done on your own. Here I was trying to mask off everything that way, so there's not much overspray. Granted, I was spraying when it was super windy, So I didn't, that's why I needed so many cans of paint, was because I'm spraying downwards onto the roof and it was windy. So in the future I probably could have easily gotten away with like probably 2 rattle cans, or easily 3 rattle cans. I wouldn't need all 4, but since it was so windy, overspray got everywhere. But this is the one afternoon I could have done it, so it's not bad. So here I'm taking off the cab cover, that way I can tape off the back more better. We'll see how it is. Yep, we kept that in the video.
Oh my god. Oh my god. He on.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that stride. Hercules, Hercules. Yeah, so always by professional technique, you want to wipe it with your bare hand. Here I'm trying to tape off the back. Now I wasn't trying to tape off perfectly because, like I said, I'm eventually going to, in the future, repaint this whole entire truck. But I'm gonna sand down all the paint to the bare metal, fix all the dents and any rust issues, because the truck is solid. I mean, it's a fun truck to drive. It's stick shift, it's an older truck, it's very forgiving, the transmission is great. I'm not a mechanic, so what I'm saying should not be taken as a professional opinion, but I do enjoy this car, and everyone who has drove it had fun in it. So I'm out here taping everything off and trying to make sure that when I paint, there's not going to be massive like high points or where I need it to sand, that way it sticks. I was really happy with the result with the paint, but the thing is, this paint has 2 different pearls in it, so it's not the easiest paint to work with. But if you do even coats, it's pretty good. But what I liked the most was any places that really should have been primed. I mean, the whole thing should have been primed, but any places that really don't match, since it's 2 different pearls and there's a lot of glitter in it, I would spray heavily, not where it goops around or drips around, but where it covers it. That glitter really covers those parts that don't want to blend at all, because it's like a mirror, because I sanded it to the metal. It doesn't look like that now, but you can really tell once you filled it in. And the paint is single stage paint, so it already has the clear coat in it and the color, so it's great. Personally, yep, GTA 5, everybody. Frankly, you could have easily used the spray gun, but
I don't know. I don't know, man. When I stopped recording at some point, I think I was sanding or painting. I don't remember, and I don't know how to look back at the footage. So I'm gonna just show you what I did. I did have to grab more paint because I had to grab more paint because I ran out. It was running out pretty bad, and I had to grab more paint. And then this is the progress.
Why did I say I need more paint 5 times?
Here we go. I got this inside because I don't want anyone to steal it.
Yes, because I'm scared someone's gonna steal a
oh my gosh,
$100 cab cover.
Anyway, I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna move that. But music. Come here.
It is important to show my cat because he's a supervisor.
Why are you scaring me? There's my cat. We had this painted. Got that painted. I gotta do one more coat. Gotta touch this up here.
So here I'm just showing more of the spots where I had to sand down first, because when you feel it, it's almost like
one coat here so far.
it's really almost like sandpaper. You can see the difference from that fading
Pretty bad.
to what it looked after. So it
Not bad.
looked better.
Add more coats anyway.
You can see the roof now. It's not perfect in terms of the clear, but
I mean, it's better than what it was.
Yeah, from before it was pretty
You
rough.
have to paint right here. Here, really blend it out. Tape off here. So, anyway. I'm gonna have to move this stuff real quick.
Yeah, so no one was home when I was doing this, and these cab covers are not like insanely light or heavy or anything, but they are just kind of awkwardly shaped, so it is kind of an issue when you're trying to take it off. But if you do it in the professional awkward way I did it, it's more than perfect. My neighbors were looking at me and they were very concerned, but I let them know that I'm a YouTube professional and I've seen 3 Chris Fix-It videos, so I would say frankly I'm overqualified. So realizing it now, I could have just stood it tall and carried it very lightly, like an inch off the ground, but for some reason this made more sense. Granted, it was really windy and like 85 or 90 degrees, so I guess this is called the turtle technique.
This is kind of a muscle, right? Right here?
I guess so.
If any chiropractor or anyone that has to do with bones is looking at this video, please let me know, why do I stand like that? Alright, so this is when I start taking apart. Not really taking apart, I start masking and I start touching up the front. I'm seeing how the paint will react after sanding. And it was blending pretty good. I mean, the more I spray, the more you can see where it really gets rid of that white, hazy, faded look, which was like one of the biggest issues. Now that like the roof is semi-decent, the next was the right side, in the door. So everything on this side of the truck was pretty worn out. It was hit with the most damage. Funny enough, when I took this off, I swear half the fender came with it. I wish you guys can see how much rust was in there. So like I said, when my dad's done with this truck, I want to take it apart and really get rid of all the rust. I mean, these are fun trucks. I enjoy it. I have we got a V6 Dakota stick shift. We also got the V8 automatic Dakota as well, 4x4, which is nice. They're both Magnum engines. I don't know if that's a big thing for you. But yeah, you see how so much stuff is going in the air. That's like wasted paint. If I had a gun with the correct PSI, it would just like really shoot onto the paint. But it was really windy and I was just kind of trying to blend it, and it worked. In the pattern I was kind of going like for a waving pattern, but like I said, I'm 100% an amateur. And I don't even recommend people doing the same thing I did, but it worked for me, so there's a chance it might work for you. But like I said, pretty minimal supplies. I was really just trying to get that hazy, like, see how burnt it looks in the front? Like, so faded. That's where it faded also. Those were like the main points. I had to sand those down. You could really see how it's looking now, so it's definitely more blue, more blending in with the rest of the truck. So yeah, my mom came in and was asking what I was doing to my dad's truck, and I explained it to her. Yeah, then my mom gave me some pointers on the on how a truck should be painted in her total zero experience. She told me I should be spraying with a 2mm nozzle. But yeah, I guess me and her talking about the paint. She was more concerned if I wasn't breathing in the paint, putting it in a paper bag and huffing it. Not that I have a paint substance abuse problem. Here I am sanding again. I'm literally only using like, I think 1,000 or 1,500 grit just to get that clear flattened out a little more, so it doesn't like show. Because what happens is if you just spray it, it'll clear like everything out. You won't even see that much of a texture, but you'll see these lines from where the clear just cracks from heat exposure, and it's not protected. And you know, you're talking a truck that's 27 years old, you know, a truck that's a few years older than me. And yes, that is Scotch tape, and yes, I have the window open. There wasn't much overspray inside. It mainly just blew out the other window, so I was kind of happy. But yeah, once you start adding more paint, it really thins out. I mean, when you're painting, you're really up to what the can really do, because there's no reducer. I mean, there is reducer, but like you can't thin out more paint. So if I were to do this again, I think it'd be even slightly cheaper to just grab the base paint, because I already have clear, hardener, I have activator. Like I said, I'm an amateur, and this is just stuff I got for myself. I could have just sprayed it, but I do not have a gun, and I don't have an air compressor. So yeah, I thought I had one, but I don't. So I just said, you know what, let's try to make do with what we have. And I did not enjoy driving twice to the paint store, which was roughly 25 minutes away, but it worked out. Here you can see the back, it was all dented. Well, not big dents, but like it was all rusted, bends, because you're talking wood. Stuff was on it. It's a work truck, it gets used, you know, so what more can you do? Here I was mainly showing the plastics that were there. They were all faded, really white, because they were rubbing against salt in Ohio. So here are the rims. They were all like chipping and flaking, because I was using cheap paint at the time. But I got really lucky with the paint store. They gave me super good enamel paint, industrial for cheap too. They always hooked me up. Here I'm just masking off the wiper blades, because they were all rusty, crusty, and musty looking. So here's the truck after. It's clear. I repainted the grill, repainted the front bumper.
Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
That was my dad's reaction, so hopefully it was pretty good. Here is the sides where all that white haziness was. I repainted the rims with the industrial paint. Here's the back where it was rusted and scratched. I didn't really repaint it. I just painted it more enamel black, because it's just gonna get more scratched. So I actually do have a video of my dad's reaction that I'm gonna play right now. That'll be playing right after, should be right after this. I can't remember where I put the reaction in, but you can see before how faded it was. Yeah, see, it's rusted. It was pretty thick. I mean, like, not only was it faded, it was like, it was falling apart. There was like big divots and stuff. So you can really see what I was doing prior. Yeah, and I just used some what is it called, index cards, so I don't get any overspray. But you can see where I taped it prior. I did sand it a little bit so the paint sticks, but that's how it looks afterwards. Not terrible. I still got to touch it up. Like I said, I got to polish, fix any overspray. The front grille was painted, the front bumper was painted, the deer guard was repainted, the rims were repainted. You know, this is all with the same can of paint too. So I think in total I used about 5 or 6 cans of paint. I used 2 black and 4 blue to really fix the truck.
Oh my god!
Oh, there's my dad. Wow! Yeah, my dad was pretty happy, so that's cool. That was the whole point of doing this. Is it perfect? No. Is it better than before? My dad thinks so, so that's all that matters. So anyway, thank you for watching it. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know how your truck looks in the future. So thank you.